Welcome to Friday Night Rivalries. I'm your host, Walter Johnson, and tonight, the Whirlies of Grimsley High School play host to the Bobcats of Glenn in the third round of the 4A state playoffs. The winner of this ball game has a chance to move on to the semifinals and take on a possible opponent of East Forsyth. Stay tuned for all the first half highlights right here on Friday Night Rivalries. Welcome back to Friday Night Rivalries. Again, I'm your host, Walter Johnson, and again tonight, the Grimsley Whirlies coming in ranked number 3 in the state, number 1 in the area, take on the Glenn Bobcats. Glenn comes in trying to right the wrong from earlier this season and get some revenge over Grimsley because Grimsley won the first ball game. But I tell you what, Quan Nora and Chris Zealous, they say no way. We're going to come out here and we're going to dominate the way we've been dominating. Chris Zealous, 1,350 yards passing, 17 touchdowns. Also 1,378 yards rushing, 19 touchdowns, 36 touchdowns total for this young man, and he's been fabulous all year long. And then you got Quan Nora, 1,565 yards rushing, 22 touchdowns. This guy has toted the mail all year long for Grimsley, and I'm sure he intends to do that tonight. Keys to victory: Grimsley has to come out and control the pace of the game. They've got to run that read option. They've got to pass when they need to pass. Chris Zealous doesn't have huge numbers, but he's efficient. So he needs to come out and be efficient and protect the football. Quan Nora needs to come out and just play the smash mouth football he normally plays. For Glenn, they've got to control the line of scrimmage. They've got to get some 3-and-outs. They've got to change the pace on Grimsley. If they can do that, they should be okay. If they can't, Grimsley should roll. My prediction, Grimsley 35-18 over Glenn. Stay tuned for all the highlights right here.
Number 51, Desmond Morgan, and number 60, Caleb Markland. Captain for the Whirlies this evening, number 1, Chris Zealous. Number 10, Camden Allison. Number 25, Quentin Williamson. And number 75, Chris Lyle. And here they come, the Whirlies, Metro 4A Conference champion. Zealous on the keeper, force on the target. Bring the ball up to the 44-yard line.
First and 10, do it again, go.
Running back Godfrey brought down by number 11, Nate Crawford. Pitch to Godfrey. Snuffed out by the Whirlies. Led by number 18, Travis Shaw. Pass to flat is complete. Running back Fenner, brought down by number 10. Incomplete. To number 81, Anthony Davis. Pass out in the flat is complete. Bowling pass is complete to number 81, Davis. Mounted on the cover, brings the ball up to the 43. Bowling pass is complete to number 15. No on the carry again. Cole Moore. Bowling pass is complete to number 81, Davis. Mounted on the cover, brings the ball up to the 4. Bowling pass is complete to number 15. Reverse snipped out by number 22 to Murray Thompson. Come on, the ball. Glenn Bobcats 0. Oh, I can take his opportunity right now. Come on, the play. Coleman falls back on the back of the 21-yard line. Well, no on the carry again. Cole Moore.
Pick it up, pick it up. Bobcats, pick it up. Pick it up.
Then the pass is complete to number 8. And off the low right to the defensive conversion. And the score is Tim Pryor being the Minnesota player. Joe Henry's kick taking about the 23-yard line. By number 21 to Murray Thompson. Dragging him down. Brought down by number 3. Jaden. Pass in the flat is complete to number 2, Jaquavion Mayo. We lost an eyebrow with the tackle on the punter team. Garrett Cloward with about a 2-yard return. start.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Quan Noah running hard up near the 35, just short of a first down. Coming on the play, recovered by Glenn. Coleman was contained. Steps out of bounds about the 18. Pass almost intercepted by the way. Coleman's pass is complete to number 15. Touchdown, Glenn Bobcat. Pass from Coleman to number 15, Aronson Cook, and 10-yard bounce. Two-point conversion attempt by number 2, Daniel Napper is good. And with 30 seconds remaining in the half.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivalries. This is our halftime. And I'll tell you what, 16-8 at halftime. Grimsley's up by 1 touchdown. Quan Noah, 2 touchdowns already on the evening. He's toting the mail. And had it not been for a late second quarter touchdown by Glenn, this game might be headed for a blowout. But nonetheless, Glenn scores right at the end. Halftime, 16-8 Grimsley. Stay tuned for your second half highlights right here on Friday Night Rivalries.
Running back no gain on the play. Coleman's pass from the flag is complete. Picked off by number 10, Cam Allison. Cameron Allison, touchdown, Williams. Brought down from behind by Tamori Thompson. Assisted by screen pass out in the left. Cam Allison's outside. Belly pass is complete to number 14. Anthony Duncans down the 20-yard line. Ellis to the outside, brought down by number 2. Quan Noah running hard across the 15, down to the 14, gain of about 7. Noah across the 5, down near the 4. Gain of 4 in the play. Will be second and goal for Noah. keeper brings the ball down to about the 8. Fumble on the play. Recovered by Glenn about the 2-yard. Quan Noah running hard about the 45, gained a 5 on the play. Quan Noah gets to the outside. Good open field target by number 48, Gilroy. Norton in the second level, running hard across the 25, down near the 23. Gonna be good for another Worley. Chris Ellis on the keeper. Brings the ball inside the 20. Down there. Incomplete. Grimsley 24, Glenn 8. Relevant 28, South Granville 7. Fumble on the play. This goes for the keeper, gets to the outside, picks up a block. Zella steps out of bounds about the 20. Zella's on the keeper across the 15. Noah on the carry. Quan Noah for his 3rd touchdown. Touchdown, Williams! Quan Noah for the 2-point conversion is good. And 9:17 remaining in the 4th quarter. Grimsley 32, Glenn 8. Incomplete. Davis gets in. Pass the flat is complete. Travis Shaw and Sincere Burnett on the stop. A loss of 3 on the play. Quan Noah on the carry, running hard up across the 35, up near the 36. Quan Noah net in the backfield by number 48. Zella's on the keeper. Breaks in the middle into Bobcat territory. Brought down about the 41-yard line. Now they got for another Worley. 1st down. Pass out the flat is complete to number 8. Lawson Albright running hard. Across the 30, down to the 28, they'll be here for another Worley 1st down. Zella's on the keeper, down about the 26-yard line. Gain of a couple on the play. Quan Noah finding a big hole. Down about the 16-yard line, move them sticks. Quan Noah running hard, inside the 10, down near the 7. Gain of 9 on the play. Congratulations to both teams on a game of well and hard play. Worley's moved to 12-1 and are in the Final Four.
Shaw, how important was the defense coming out strong today?
It was very important. All week we just worked on defense, and we continued to work hard. We knew we had to come out here and make it a defensive game because we knew their defense was good, so we thought our offense was going to struggle a little bit early. But I mean, as you can see, our offense, we did what we did, and defense, we just – come on, bro. In defense, we just, we stuck together. We've been doing it all season. We've been having big plays all season. We got big plays, big guys on our defensive side, like Quentin Williamson, Camden Allison, those guys, Sincere Burnett, just making plays. And we continue that tonight, and we just got the W.
Okay, Nora, the run game. In the first, you got stopped a couple of times, but then I think you were able to break 2 big, long runs that actually broke open the game. How did it feel when you got that open area?
Well, like Travis said, we've been practicing all week. We knew we had to come out, play hard, play fast, smart football, Grimsley football. So we knew we had to keep the ball off the ground. I know I fumbled one time, but I had to come back and make up for my mistake. So, we knew we had to do to come out to win this game to move on to the 4th round.
Now that you know your opponent, East Forsyth, how do you prepare for a game like that? You came so close the first time. I almost thought you almost won that game. So how do you prepare yourself to get ready for the next game?
Yeah, it's like another tough game. It's another game on the schedule that we gotta prepare for. We know they're a good team. They the defending state championship. We're a good team. We just gonna have to come out playing tough, just like we did this game, playing tough, fast, smart football like Grimsley do.
The mental areas that we made the first time, we can't make those same mental mistakes again. Work hard this week, watch film, anything new they got, and, just execute on what Riggs and Tripp and all them other guys, all them other coaches are telling us. And I promise you, we're going to come out with the W this time.
Coach, how important was defense for you tonight?
Well, our defense has been big for us all year, and we knew tonight was going to be no different. Those guys were going to have to play well, and we felt like that. We knew Glenn had a really good defense, so we knew it was going to be tough sledding for us somewhat offensively, we felt like, and so we knew it was going to be a defensive kind of game, so I thought those guys played really, really well tonight.
Nora had 2 really big runs that helped break the game wide open for you a little bit, but your defense held on. How good was your offense?
Well, it felt like it was hard, but I think Quan rushed for over 250 on like 30 carries, so I imagine we was probably up around 350 to 400 yards of total offense. I'm just guessing. So if you do that in the 3rd round of the state playoffs, I'm gonna be pretty happy. So I felt like offensively we did enough. Took care of the football other than that one time, and that led to their 1 touchdown. And guys did a good job up front, and we made plays when we had to make them.
East Forsyth, your opponent, how do you prepare for a game against a team you've already played so close before?
Well, I feel like we've seen those guys a lot in the last 3 or 4 years. Played them twice last year. This will be twice again this year. And really good football team, well-coached football team. So we'll go to work this weekend getting ready for them and go back watch our film from the last time we played them and then some stuff in between. But we're excited for this moment. We're going to enjoy this one a little bit tonight, and then we'll get ready for them tomorrow.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Welcome to Friday Night Rivalry's post-game show. And tonight, folks, Grimsley was just too dominant for Glenn. They won 32-8 behind Quan Norris, 265 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. He also got a little help from the defense. Cam Allison had a big pick in the second half, and Lawson Albright set the tone for the Grimsley Whirlies, catching the football from the tight end position. So Grimsley moves on to the semifinals, 32-8, and they'll take on East Forsyth, who won tonight 35-21 over Ragsdale. Stay tuned for all the great programming. We got basketball season coming up and also our play of the game. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.